Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Quote of the day: research is to see what everyone else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Dr. Marina Akhtar, PGR Community Medicine, King Edward Medical University. Today, my topic of presentation is Introduction to Research. I am presenting this topic under the kind supervision of my professor, Dr. Saira Afzal. Learning outlines. Understanding the research. Types of research, basic research, applied research, research methodologies, qualitative research, quantitative research, mixed method research, advantages of research, recent advances, and MCQs. Learning outcomes. At the end of this presentation, the participants would be able to describe research, its types, its methodologies, its characteristics, and its advantages. Definition of research. Research is an investigation undertaken in order to discover new facts or to get additional information. Introduction to research. Research is a systematic quest for undiscovered truth. Research is an innovative way of thinking. Research is the way to solve the problem, to decrease human suffering and improve knowledge. It is identifying a general or initial idea or fact-finding, then it leads to planning, then it leads to take first step or first action, and then to evaluate and amended plan and take second action step. In scientific terms, research is a systematic data-based critical and scientific inquiry into specific problem undertaken with the objective of finding answer or solution to it. Main ingredient of research includes curiosity to know more, objectivity, positivity of purpose, precision and validity, honesty and rigor, reproducibility, reliability, logical reasoning, simplicity in explanation. Types. There are two main types, basic research and applied research. Basic research is when some new knowledge or technology is generated to deal with health problem, and applied research is necessary to identify priority problems and to design and evaluate policies and programs that will deliver the greatest health benefit, making optimal use of available source and knowledge. Research cycle. To achieve health for all, necessary planning requires detailed and accurate information, situation analysis regarding needs, priorities, resources, options, cost effectiveness, and sustainability and impact. The research cycle include identify research area, design research study, carry out research, and analyze research results, and public health results. Term used in research: qualitative research, quantitative research. Quantitative research is used to determine the relationship between variables or explore differences between two or more groups. It involves the collection and analysis of objective data, often in numerical form. Research designs and methods are determined prior to start of data collection and are not flexible. Quantitative research is generally made using scientific methods, which can include: number one, the formulation of hypotheses, theories, and models; number two, development of tools and methods of measurement; number three, experimental control and manipulation; number four, collection and analysis of data; number five, modeling and interpretations of data. Quantitative research emphasizes the use of scientific method through observation to empirically test hypotheses, explaining and predicting what, where, why, how, when phenomena occurred. Comet believe only scientific methods rather than previous spiritual explanations for human behavior could advance. The theories are put forward in qualitative research and then can be tested before and after application through quantitative research. Literature search. In the quantitative research, there is a collection of information, then build vocabulary, and then refine topic. Biostatistics in quantitative research. Quantitative research using statistical methods start with the collection of data based on hypothesis or theory. A big sample of data is collected. It requires verification, validation, and recording before analysis can take place. SPSS and SAS are used for this purpose. Casual relationships are studied by manipulating factors thought to influence the phenomena of interest while controlling other variables relevant to the experimental outcomes. Quantitatively based opinion surveys are widely used in the public health awareness with statistics. In opinion surveys, respondents are asked a set of structured questions and their responses are tabulated. In the field of science, researchers compiles and compare statistics. Empirical relationship or associations are also frequently studied by using some form of general linear model, non-linear model by using factor analysis. A fundamental principle in quantitative research is that correlation does not imply causation. Role of measurement. Measurement in quantitative research are of two types, deterministic measurement and probabilistic measurement. Measurement is often regarded as mean by which observations are expressed numerically in order to investigate causal relations or association. However, it has been argued that measurement often plays a more important role in quantitative research. Quantitative research may involve the use of proxies as standards for other quantities that cannot be directly measured. Tree ring width is considered as a reliable proxy of ambient environmental conditions such as warmth of growing seasons or amount of rainfall. Although scientists cannot directly measure the temperature of the past years, tree ring width and other climate proxies have been used to provide a semi-quantitative record of average temperature in the northern hemisphere back to 2008. When used in the way the proxy record, the tree ring width only reconstruct a certain amount of the variance of the original record. The proxy may be calibrated, for example, during the period of instrumental record to determine how much variation is captured, including whether both short and the long-term variation is uh, revealed. In case of the tree width, different species, different places may show more or less sensitivity to rainfall or temperature. When reconstructing a temperature record, there is considerable skill in selecting proxies that are well correlated with the desired variables. Mixed method research. The majority tendency throughout the history of the social science is use approaches by combining both methods. Qualitative methods might be used to understand the meaning of conclusion produced by quantitative method. Using quantitative method, it is possible to give precise and testable expression qualitative ideas. This combination of qualitative and quantitative data gathering is often referred as mixed method research. Example of quantitative research includes prevalence of polycystic ovarian disease in adolescent females, survey that concludes that the average patient has to wait 2 hours in waiting room for a doctor before being examined. Introduction of qualitative research. Qualitative research is carried out by different methods, including interviews, focus group discussion, observations, reflection field, notes, and various texts, pictures, and other materials. Qualitative research explore ideas, myths, culture influences, geographical diversities, etc. Characteristic of qualitative research includes diversity in research design, researcher roles, and data gathering techniques. Require the use of rigorous systematic scientific process. Data usually in the form of words rather than numbers are detailed, often including description and direct quotations. Small number of purposefully selected participants or cases used to explore behavior, moral values, attitude, opinions, feelings, and social relations of individuals. Concerned with individual perceptions of the specific topics, issues, and situations, the meaning they assign to their lives. Important for theory generation, policy development, and influencing educational practices, justifying change or a particular practice and illuminating social issues. Results are descriptive rather than predictive. Qualitative research often categorizes data into patterns as the primary basis for organizing and reporting results. proposal outline includes rationale, data collection, data analysis, trustworthiness, participant. Qualitative subsections of proposal. Qualitative researchers typically rely on the following methods for gathering information: participant observation, non-participant observation, field notes, reflexive journal, structured interviews, semi-structured interviews, unstructured interviews, analysis of documents and material, and the review of historical records. Participant observation is a strategy of reflexive learning, not a single method of observing. In participant observation, researchers become member of a culture group or setting and adopt role to conform to that setting. The aim is for the researcher to gain close insight into the culture practices, motivation, and emotions. The researcher ability to understand the experiences of the culture may be inhibited if they observe without participating. For example, pediatrician advise kangaroo care for children after qualitative research in the medicine. The obtained data is streamlined to definite theme or pattern. Further work on the alternative research hypothesis is generated, which finally provide the basis of the research statement. This will provide real insight in advantages, disadvantages, acceptance or rejection of new technologies in community setting. A focus group technique involves a moderator facilitating a small group discussion between selected individual or on a particular topic. This particularly a popular method in qualitative research and testing. New initiative with users and workers need assessment plan are important part of qualitative research. In field that study households, a much debated topic is whether interviews should be conducted individually or collectively as couple interviews or family interviews. One traditional and specialized form of qualitative research is called cognitive testing or pilot testing, which is used in the development of the quantitative survey items. Survey items are piloted on study participants to test the reliability and validity of items. Qualitative research approaches that includes basic qualitative research, ethnography, grounded theory, phenomenology, philosophical research, critical social research, ethical inquiry, foundational research, historical research, visual methods, and photography. The basic qualitative research includes, it involves using an eclectic approach taken up to the best match the research question at hand. Research cycle include background, then planning and finding out way, searching and sources, and then evaluating, putting all together, writing and citing, and 6 is reflection. Ethnographic research. This method is also called methodology or methodology of people. Study of the particular culture and their understanding of the role of a particular disease in their cultural framework. For example, spread of syphilis among the young adults in Congo or its psychosocial effects on their lives. Ethnographic research involves immersive observation and participation in a community's culture to understand their way of life. Grounded theory, it is an inductive type of research based on observation or data from which it was developed. It uses a variety of the data sources, including quantitative data, review of records, interviews, observation, and surveys. Grounded theory research aims to develop a new theory based on patterns and themes emerging from data collection and analysis. Phenomenology. It describes the subjective reality of an event as perceived by a study population. It is the study of phenomena. Phenomenological research explores individuals' life experiences and their meanings to understand how they perceive a specific phenomena. Philosophical research, it is conducted by field expert within the boundaries of specific field of study or profession. The best qualified individual in any field of study to use the intellectual analysis in order to clarify definitions, identify ethics, or make a value judgment concerning an issue in their field of study, their lives. Ethical inquiry and intellectual analysis of ethical problem. It include the study of ethics as related to obligation, rights, duty, right and wrong choices. Foundational research examine the foundation of a science analysis, analyze the beliefs and develop way to specify how knowledge base should change in light of new information. Historical research, it allows one to discuss past and present events in context of present condition and allow one to reflect and provide possible answer to current issues and problems. Historical research help us in answering questions such as where have we come from, where are we, and who are we now, and where are we going. Visual methods and photography for data collection, including photo, voice, photo elicitation, collaging, drawing, mapping, have been used extensively as a participatory qualitative and to make the familiar strange. Narrative quality research. Qualitative research in the last 10 years has been characterized by concern with everyday categorization and ordinary storytelling. This narrative turn is produced an enormous literature in researcher, presents sensitizing concept and perceptive that bear specially on the narrative practice which centers on the circumstances and communicative actions of storytelling. Narrative research focuses on individuals' life stories, how they construct meaning through personal narrative over time. Need assessment in the qualitative research. The need assessment in qualitative research involve following research methods using available information in prospective studies, observing, interviewing, administering questionnaire, focus group discussion, nominal group technique, and Delphi technique. Here are some techniques. One is focus group discussion. It is the discussion of 6 to 12% guided by facilitator, during which group members talk freely and spontaneously about the certain topic. The purpose of focus group discussion is to obtain a depth information on concept, perception, and the idea of the group. Nominal group technique. The nominal group technique is the technique that is useful when one wants to obtain a consensus on a topic where decision making can be usefully guided by perception and opinion of the various group members. Delphi technique. The Delphi technique and the nominal group techniques are used in a situation where the group survey needs census over a issue that is highly value laden. Each time a questionnaire circulates, the number of permissible answer is reduced based on the answer in the previous questionnaire. The major difference is that Delphi technique groups don't usually meet for discussion. They communicate by means of questionnaire. The techniques needs ample time and participants must have good written communication skills. Dependability. A central issue in the qualitative research is trustworthiness, also known as credibility or dependability. And there are many different ways of establishing trustworthiness, including member check, interviewer corroboration, peer debriefing, prolonged engagement, native case analysis, audibility, and conformability. There is the differences between qualitative and quantitative research. In social theory, in qualitative, it is action, and in quantitative, it is structure. In methods, there is observation and interview, and in quantitative, there is experiment and survey. Question, what in the qualitative, it is what, and includes classification. And in quantitative, the question is how. And reasoning in qualitative is inductive, in quantitative it is deductive, and sampling in qualitative is theoretical, and in quantitative it is statistical. And the strength qualitative is validity, and in quantitative it is reliability. Characteristic of research. Research demands a clear understanding of the problem and finding the research action impact. Research builds upon existing data using both positive and negative finding. Research collects new information to answer the original research questions. Advantages of research. Provides extensive reading to build a sizable pool of knowledge of different situations and options. and provide an opportunity to do significant independent work on a problem or area that will better prepare a professional for achieving identified expertise and provide opportunities to publish one's observation and share knowledge in a scientific manner. Now coming to recent updates. Our first article is pioneering the use of technologies in a qualitative research, a research review of the use of digital interviews. COVID-19 has changed the way of research can be conducted. The present literature review based on 29 studies from 2008 to 2020, it identifies possibilities and limitations of using digital interviews within a social work, sociology, and adjacent discipline. The results showed that digital interviews can enhance long-distance participation and that they may be cost-effective. However, the technical difficulties can arise that adversely affect the quality of interviews concerning sensitive topics, for example, victimization, health issues, and sexuality. More rich data can be reached with digital option than with in-person option, but it can be difficult to read visual cues as the camera only captures the participant upper body. Second article is generative AI tools in academic research application and implication for qualitative and quantitative research methodologies. This study examined the impact of generative artificial intelligence on academic research, focusing on its application to the qualitative and quantitative data analysis. As a Gen AI tool evolve rapidly, they offer new possibilities for enhancing research productivity and democratizing complex analytical process. However, their integration into academic practice raises significant questions regarding research integrity, security, authorship, and the changing nature of the scholarly work. Though an examination of the current capabilities and the potential future application, this study provides insight into how researchers may utilize Gen AI tool responsibly and ethically. This study explores both qualitative and quantitative application of the Gen AI, highlighting tool for transcription, coding, thematic analysis, visual analytics, and statistical analysis. Now coming to our MCQ session, our first MCQ is, a sociologist interviews survivors of a natural disaster to understand their coping mechanisms and psychological experiences. The researcher does not use numerical data, but rather explore personal narrative. What type of research is this? Option A is quantitative research. Option B is correlational research. Option C is qualitative research. Option D, meta-analysis. Option E, experimental research.
C option.
Yes, C is the right answer. A researcher is studying workplace stress among the doctors. He first conducts the focus group discussion to understand their experiences and then distributes a structured survey to measure stress level numerically. What type of research approach is this? Option A, longitudinal research. Option B, qualitative research. Option C, mixed method research. Option D, quantitative research. Option E, observational study.
Quantitative. D, quantitative research.
As there is the both focus group discussion and also measurement level numerically, so it is mixed method research.
Mixed method.
A researcher is studying the impact of the air pollution on the respiratory disease. He collects air quality index data and hospital admission record for the past 5 years, analyzes the correlation between them. What type of research is this? Option A, qualitative research. Option B, quantitative research. Option C, mixed method research. Option D, experimental research. And option E, ethnographic research.
D.
Yes, B, quantitative research. A researcher wants to explore the cultural tradition of a remote tribal community by living with them for 6 months, observing their daily activities and conducting informal interviews. What type of qualitative research is that? Option A, phenomenology. Option B, grounded theory. Option C, ethnography. Option D, case study. Option E, narrative research.
C. Ethnography.
Yes,
Ethnography.
Yes, it's C, ethnography. A psychologist interviews individuals who have survived a plane crash to understand their psychological trauma and how they made sense of the event. The focus is on their personal experiences and perception. What type of qualitative research is that? Option A, case study. Option B, phenomenology. Option C, grounded theory. Option D, ethnography. Option E, narrative research.
E. Narrative research.
D, phenomenology.
B.
MCQ number 6 is a researcher wants to develop a new theory on how patients cope with chronic illness. She conduct in-depth interview with multiple patients and systematically analyzes the data to identify recurring themes and patterns. What type of qualitative research is this? Option A, ethnography. Option B, phenomenology. Option C, grounded theory. Option D, case study. And option E, narrative research.
E.
Narrative. Option E.
No, it is grounded theory.
Okay.
MCQ number 7 is a historian collect and analyze the life stories of World War II veterans to understand their personal experiences and struggles. He uses their accounts to create a chronological narrative. What type of qualitative research is this? Option A, phenomenology. Option B, ethnography. Option C, grounded theory. Option D, narrative research. Option E, case study.
Narrative research. D.
Yes, this is narrative research.
Narrative research.
Yes. MCQ number 8 is a researcher is studying the fundamental properties of newly discovered virus to understand its genetic structure. The finding will help to expand scientific knowledge, but no immediate medical application is planned. What type of research is this? Option A, applied research. Option B, basic research. Option C, experimental research. Option D, longitudinal research. Option E, action research.
Longitudinal research. D.
No, it is the discovery of new facts. So it is basic research. MCQ number 9 is a pharmaceutical company develop a new drug for diabetes based on previous research about insulin receptor. The company conduct a clinical trial to test its effectiveness before releasing it to market. What type of research is this? Option A, basic research. Option B, applied research. Option C, qualitative research. Option D, narrative research. Option E, observational research.
B. Applied
research.
Yes, B is the right answer. MCQ number 10 is a hospital ethic committee is reviewing a case where a patient refuses life-saving treatment due to religious beliefs. They analyze the ethical principle involved such as autonomy and beneficence to guide their decision making. What type of research approach is this? Option A, qualitative research. Option B, basic research. Option C, applied research. Option D, ethical inquiry. Option E, experimental research.
D. Ethical inquiry.
Yes, D is the right answer. Here's the key of MCQ. These are the references of my presentation. This is a link of YouTube channel where all our presentations are uploaded. Kindly like and subscribe, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marina. Very nice presentation. The most important part is that you have covered research very well. The qualitative research designs have been explained in a detail, and I am really satisfied that you have presented it in a manner that is very good for everyone. So would you please go to your MCQ number 8?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a very basic type of an MCQ, and to my surprise that no one in the class is able to correctly get the answer. So this is one of a very basic concept in research. What is basic research and what is applied research? And this MCQ is related to the original definition of research that we discussed on Saturday, that is given in Oxford Dictionary, that research is either the creation of new knowledge or addition in the existing knowledge. If it is the creation of new knowledge, then it is basic research. However, if it is the second part of the definition, that is addition in the existing knowledge, then it is called applied research. So please, Dr. Marina, would you please read the MCQ again?
Our researchers is studying the fundamental properties of newly discovered virus to understand its genetic structure. The finding will help expand scientific knowledge, but no immediate medical application is planned. What type of research is this? Option A
Right.
applies.
So there are such very important hints in this STEM. If you look into detail, first that our researcher is studying. It means there is some type of research that is going on. Second, the important catch in this is about the newly discovered virus. So there is something that was not present previously, and recently you have seen that a new virus that is called COVID-19 virus that have emerged. So the coronaviruses are present on the planet for centuries, but the COVID-19, it was a new virus because it has the properties that are totally different. So just imagine a new virus that is being studied and it is discovered for the first time. And it is important to understand the genetic structure so that the correct vaccine can be developed against it. And there are other important findings to expand scientific knowledge, but no immediate medical application is planned. So another catch or another hint in this is about the medical application. If it has not been given, then perhaps I would say that it is little bit difficult to get the answer. But it has been clearly mentioned that no immediate medical application is planned. It means it is not applied research. So what type of research is this? As it is new, so it is the basic research, because basic research is the discovery of new knowledge. As there is no experiment is involved, so it can't be experimental. As there is no cohort or follow-up is involved, so it is not longitudinal research. As it is clearly mentioned that it is only to expand the scientific knowledge, so the action research would not be the answer. So it is a clear-cut answer. There is a very easy, it is very basic type of question, and to my surprise, nobody can answer it correctly. So I would like everyone, please go through the research, especially the basic definitions of research and basic understanding of research and the basic types of research, so that you must know what is basic research. Then we would go further and we would discuss it later on. Moreover, all the important concepts, they are available free of cost. All the resources are available free of cost on the YouTube channels, as Dr. Marina has presented in her last slide. Dr. Marina, would you please go to the last slide?
Yes.
Last slide, please.
Sorry, ma'am.
So
Ma'am, in YouTube, yes, ma'am. This is.
before, thank you. Right.
Yes.
So
ma'am.
this is the channel where you can get all the research types, quantitative, qualitative research, their study designs, cross-sectional studies, cohort, case control, nested case control studies, cohort, retrospective cohort, prospective cohort, hybrid cohort studies, ambient cohort studies, as well as all the types of randomized clinical control trials, single-blinded, randomized clinical controls trials, double-blinded, triple-blinded, as well as all the types of the quasi experimental studies, semi randomized trials, and there are other types of parallel study designs, non-parallel study designs, crossover study designs, and there are so many designs. All these resources are available free of cost. You just have